Let me ask you something. When was the last time your mind actually surprised you? Not just remembered something, not just got through a to-do list, but truly outmaneuvered a problem, predicted an outcome, saw what others missed? Let's be honest for a moment. Most of us go through life reacting. We take in information, but we don't really process it. We answer questions, but don't always stop to ask the right ones. We go through the motions doing what we've always done. But here's the kicker. That's not thinking. That's just responding. And when you live like this, you're not really in control. You're just along for the ride, responding to whatever life throws at you. Here's what changes everything. There's a way to train your brain to do more than just get by. A way to make it smarter, yes, but also sharper, faster, more unpredictable. Imagine being able to outthink your challenges before they even fully form, to see the gaps that no one else can, to predict how situations will unfold before they unfold. That's the power of a brain trained to think beyond the obvious. Once you unlock this, you're no longer just surviving the day. You're becoming strategically dangerous. And it's not as hard as it sounds. You don't need to be a genius. You don't need a special degree. You need to learn a set of mental tools that, when used correctly, give you the power to predict, adapt, and outmaneuver the world around you. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to sharpen your brain by 50% to become a mental powerhouse, a force that can navigate life's complexities with ease, and make you a threat in the best possible way. Let's get started. Intelligence isn't a flex, it's a force. We've all been trained to think that intelligence is about showing off. The world celebrates those who look smart, the ones with the fancy degrees, the titles, the people who can spout off big words or give witty comebacks in a split second. But here's the cold truth. Real intelligence doesn't broadcast itself. It doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. Real intelligence operates in silence, like a submarine beneath the surface, unnoticed but always moving, always calculating. It's not about being a trivia master, answering questions on a whim. Intelligence is a force, a subtle, quiet power that operates like a strategic weapon. It's about seeing connections that others miss, understanding patterns before they even unfold, anticipating decisions before they're made, and executing with surgical precision. Real intelligence doesn't get lost in the noise. It filters it out. It's not about quick answers. It's about calculated moves and decisions that lead to long-term success. And the best part? Intelligence, like any other skill, can be sharpened. But to do that, you need a forge. You need heat. You can't sharpen a blade without heat, and you can't sharpen your brain without pressure. Mental strain, the forge of mental sharpness. Picture a sword being forged. The blacksmith takes the metal, slams it against an anvil, bends it, shapes it, and heats it to a blinding temperature. The process is intense. It's painful. But through that process, the metal becomes strong, sharp, and precise. Your mind? It's no different. But here's the problem. Modern life has removed most of the friction. We live in a world where answers are just a click away. Apps do our thinking for us. Algorithms serve up information with zero effort. We don't have to struggle anymore. Everything is instant. And that's what's making us mentally weak. Mental strain is like the mental equivalent of resistance training. It's the weight your mind needs to push against in order to grow. The discomfort it brings sharpens your intellect, making you stronger with every challenge. So here's how you start forging your brain. Solve complex problems without resorting to Google. Let your mind wrestle with the question. Don't let convenience be your crutch. Take 10 minutes every day to think deeply about one idea. No distractions, no multitasking. Just pure focus on a single concept. Challenge yourself to expand your thinking. Read books that challenge your assumptions. Don't just read what confirms your beliefs. Dive into topics that push you to think differently, that ask you to question everything you thought you knew. At first, your mind will push back. It won't be easy, but over time, your focus will sharpen. Your mental stamina will build. You won't tire as easily. You won't become overwhelmed by the weight of deep thinking. You'll start to enjoy the struggle because you'll know that every bit of tension is making you stronger. Now that you've built mental strength through tension, The next step is to take it even further, conditioning your mind to anticipate what's next. Number 3, mental toughness. Now let's take this further with mental toughness training. This is about applying mental tension, but in a way that trains your brain to perform under pressure. It's like pushing your body to the limit in a workout, but for your mind. To build real mental agility, you need to simulate high-pressure situations that force you to think faster, stay calm under stress, and outmaneuver obstacles in real time. This is how you build your mental toughness. Simulate time constraints. Give yourself a short deadline to solve a complex problem. The pressure will force your mind to focus and find faster solutions. Embrace uncertainty. Put yourself in unpredictable situations where you don't have all the answers. Whether it's spontaneous problem solving or rapid decision making, this will train your brain to be flexible and sharp. Use stress to your advantage. When facing a stressful task, don't shy away. See it as an opportunity to build your cognitive endurance, like lifting heavier weights to increase muscle strength. Cognitive edge conditioning teaches you to stay cool under pressure and think faster, more clearly, and more accurately. Number 4, visionary thinking. Always be 2 steps ahead. Think of life like a chessboard. Most people play checkers. They react. They move simply to survive. They're waiting for the next thing to happen to them. But the real strategist, they play chess. They move with foresight, with intention. They think not just about the next move, but about what happens after that, and after that. They're always at least 2 steps ahead, seeing what's coming before it even gets there. That's predictive thinking. It's not about paranoia, it's about clarity. You train yourself to ask, if I take this action, what happens next? What is the ripple effect, both immediate and long-term? Here's how you start thinking in advance. Before sending that emotional text, ask yourself, what does this spark? How will this play out in a week, a month, a year? Before making a career decision, ask, how does this align with my 2-year plan? Does it set me up for success or derail my progress? Train your mind to think in terms of cause and effect, to always forecast the potential outcomes of your decisions. Journal possible outcomes for the choices you're facing. Get in the habit of writing down what you think will happen, and then reflect later. Watch chess masters online and narrate their strategies. Try to predict their moves before they make them. Get comfortable with foreseeing the future. Pause before any decision. Don't just react. Simulate the timeline of that choice. What are all the potential paths this could take? By developing this skill, you're no longer at life's mercy. You're actively shaping your path. But visionary thinking means nothing without one thing: the power of self-awareness. Number 5, the power of self-awareness. Know yourself to master your mind. Imagine trying to navigate a maze without knowing where you are. It's frustrating, slow, and you might get stuck in places you've already been. That's how most of us approach life, reacting based on habits, emotions, and autopilot thinking. But real mental sharpness begins with self-awareness. Self-awareness is the key to unlocking your full cognitive potential. It's the ability to step outside yourself and observe your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. It's understanding why you feel triggered in certain situations, or why you default to certain behaviors. The more you understand your mental processes, the more control you have over them. This is crucial because the mind that knows itself can adapt with precision. It can anticipate the patterns that limit your potential and break free from them. You start recognizing when you're getting stuck in old thought loops, and you gain the ability to choose new paths in the maze. To train self-awareness, keep a daily journal. Reflect on your thoughts and emotions. What triggered you today? What did you learn about how you think and react? Pause before reacting. In stressful situations, take a moment to check in with yourself. Are you reacting from a place of clarity, or are you letting automatic patterns take over? Meditate. Mindfulness practices help you tune in to your internal world and sharpen your self-awareness. The more you practice this, the more you begin to control your internal responses. As you develop this awareness, you gain the ability to outsmart your own mind, avoiding mental traps before they catch you. The person who truly knows themselves is not only sharp, but also adaptable. You can respond strategically, not impulsively. Once you understand your mind, the next step is learning how to bend it without breaking. Number 6, mental agility. Flexibility is power. Think about the best boxers. The ones who win aren't always the strongest. They're the ones who can adjust mid-fight, the ones who can change tactics in a split second and stay unpredictable. Your brain must do the same. The world throws curveballs, stress, pressure, and uncertainty at you every single day. Most people crumble under the pressure. They lock into a rigid mindset, stuck in the way they've always done things. But an agile mind, it bends, it adapts, it doesn't snap. Here's how to build mental agility. Argue the opposite of your beliefs once a week. Yes, challenge your own viewpoints. This forces your brain to stretch and think differently. Create backup plans every time you make a move. Don't do this out of fear, but out of preparedness. You want to be able to pivot when needed without losing momentum. Break your routine. Take a different route to work. Change your morning habits. Small shifts like these teach your brain to be flexible and think on its feet. An agile mind doesn't break under pressure. It adjusts without hesitation. When everything else is chaotic, it remains calm, poised, and ready to move forward. But what happens when the pressure spikes? When the world feels like it's burning down around you? Number 7, calm in chaos, seeing clearly through storm. When chaos hits, pressure reveals who's truly been trained. When everything falls apart, when business fails, relationships falter, health declines, most people freeze. They panic. They make impulsive decisions that spiral the situation further out of control. But those with sharpened minds, they don't just survive the chaos, they thrive in it. They zoom out, they see the bigger picture, they rise above the storm. This ability to remain calm under fire is known as meta-thinking. It's the practice of observing your thoughts while thinking them. It's the ability to detach yourself from the immediate rush of emotions and chaos and think from a place of calm. To train your mind to remain clear in the midst of pressure, try this. Cold showers force your body into discomfort and train your mind to stay composed. Tactical breathing, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4. Repeat during moments of stress to center yourself. Ask yourself, what would the calmest version of me do right now? This simple question shifts your focus and helps you make rational decisions even when emotions are high. When you master this, you won't just survive chaos. You'll remain composed, strategic, and prepared to act when everyone else is flailing. And when you operate like this, you become unpredictable, which is exactly where your power multiplies. Number 8, unpredictability, stay dangerous. Predictability is a weakness. It makes you easy to read, easy to manipulate, and easy to dismiss. If people know exactly how you'll respond to every situation, then you've already lost. The moment they predict your next move, they can control it. Unpredictability is power, but not chaos, not randomness. Controlled mystery. When people can't figure you out, they start watching you. They start respecting you. You command attention because you never give away the full picture. Here's how to build unpredictability. Break your routines. Intentionally do things differently. Don't be a robot who follows the same pattern every day. Underreact to situations where people expect you to lash out. This catches them off guard and keeps them on their toes. Keep your plans to yourself. Don't announce every decision. Leave people guessing about your next move. When you become unpredictable, you create power. People start watching you more closely. You become the enigma they can't solve. But unpredictability without discipline, that's just noise. You need inner command, and that begins with emotion. Number 9, emotional precision. Feel everything, express selectively. Think of a sniper. Their weapon isn't powerful because it's loud. It's powerful because it's precise. Every shot they take is calculated, intentional, and executed with pinpoint accuracy. Emotion works the same way. Too many people believe that emotional control means suppressing feelings, but that's not it. Emotion is data, it's information. The key isn't to suppress it, but to control how and when you express it. Train yourself to be emotionally precise. Label your emotions accurately. Is it really anger? Or is it disappointment masked by pride? Understand the root of what you're feeling. Pause for 90 seconds before reacting emotionally. Let the wave of feeling pass so you can respond with clarity, not impulse. Respond after processing the emotion, not while it's at its peak. This prevents you from reacting impulsively and making decisions you'll regret. This is emotional mastery. You don't suppress the feeling. You redirect it, use it to your advantage, and respond with control. So now you're sharp, agile, composed, and mysterious. But how do you make this your daily default? Number 10, the daily intellectual combat drill. Mastery isn't an event, it's repetition, daily practice, small, consistent actions that become ingrained in your mind. Here's your daily drill to sharpen your mind and make these skills second nature. Mental sprints. Spend 10 minutes solving puzzles or brain teasers. Make it a challenge to solve without distractions. The strategic pause. Before any decision, take 30 seconds to think. Simulate the possible ripple effects. Discomfort zone. Every day, do something that stretches you. Cold call someone. Speak up in a meeting. Take that uncomfortable risk. The silent move. Make one decision a day without announcing it. Don't ask for validation. Just make the move. Meta minute. End each day by reflecting on what you thought poorly about. Write down why and how you'll think better next time. This is how you turn theory into instinct and build mental muscle memory for life. And now that you have the playbook, it's time for the transformation. Here's the truth. The world rewards those who train while everyone else coasts. Most people will stay stuck in default mode, scrolling, reacting, and living in a constant state of overthinking. But you now have the blueprint to sharpen your mind, elevate your focus, and become a force no one can predict or control. Your next move is simple. Start today. Train your mind like it matters because it does. Leave a comment. I'm sharpening my edge. Then subscribe because this isn't just a video. It's the beginning of your rise. Stay silent, stay sharp, and let them feel the difference before they even know what hit them.